What's up, guys, and welcome back for another Fallout 76 video. I'm going to be doing a follow-up to my other prefab video, and I'm going to be going over some of the newer prefabs that I've gotten over the course of the past few weeks or so, give you a tour of the inside, give you my thoughts on them, which ones to avoid, which ones to that I think are worth it, and what practices or practical uses they have for them and everything. But we're kind of just in my little pit shelter here because it's big enough that I can kind of just throw all these in. But we're going to start over here with these campers here. These come from the season unlock. There's two variants. When you unlock it, there's two variants. There's one with an awning, and then there's one without. They're okay. I haven't personally used them for anything because I do have the actual camper tent for Fallout First, which serves pretty well. You could technically outfit this as a Fallout Second warp point if you have extra camp slots. There's enough room in here to fit a bed and at least one crafting station, and probably a lot of actually generators. So like your coffee maker, your cookies, the tea, and all that stuff. So I'll probably do a build out video for one of these that is purposely built to be like a second kind of warp point for a camp slot. But just wanted to show you guys the interior of these. This one also just has an awning, but it essentially has the same interior and everything. And then this one, man, this one, I have some problems with this food truck. It's pretty spacious. It could also be used as like a second, a second tent, as it were. But these cabinets on the inside just kind of take up a lot of room. You might be able to fit a workbench in here, but not much else. But my thing is, this comes with the pack that comes with the shady vendor, the street vendor guy, which is all fine and dandy. You could set this up as like a shop, put him right here and all that good stuff. My thing is, the scale of this seems off to me. Any normal player coming up here is like, I'm not even sure that they would actually be able to access the vendor coming up to this thing. It just, the scale just seems really off to me. They'd have to like jump up here, crouch, and then do their order, right? It feels a little too off, as it were. And then we have the prison car over here. This one also is recently on the Atomic Shop. This one has its own custom door. I've messed around with this a little bit, and I actually do like the hideaway doors here, and no swinging to block anything you put in here. This one's pretty interesting because you can actually just line this whole side with workbenches. This door does not work. It's inaccessible, so you can actually run some of your like chemistry station that goes around the corner here, and then a bunch of resource generators along this side. It's pretty nifty. If you have the small generators, the utility box generators, it also works out pretty well too. You could put turrets up on the top here, and I think it would make a good workshop prefab, because some workshops are kind of really constrained on space. But I think there's some better options with what we've kind of seen on the Atomic Shop lately and everything. We're going to save the best for last, obviously. This is another one called the Watch. This one came in a pack as well, but it's okay. It blends. You can get it to blend into the environment pretty well, mostly in Toxic Valley, because it looks like the trees out there and everything. The climb up can be a little obnoxious, especially in power armor. Most of the time when I've accessed this, I've just used my jetpack and marsupial. It's kind of spacious in here. You could use it as kind of a workshop thing, or just kind of like a fast travel point thing. The walls are kind of obnoxious to clip stuff to, but if you're trying to like clip any, like let's say you're trying to clip the Faujonaut display, mass displays to anything, those things are just notoriously bad as it is. But interestingly enough, you can actually fit the hot tub in here perfectly without it sticking out of the walls or anything. And that's what I kind of used it for in my camp. I just kind of put this down and put the hot tub in here, because the hot tub does give you the same buff as like sleeping in a bed. But if you have like an alt or a friend that's playing with you, you can both get that buff with one item, as opposed to having like two beds or a bed and a sleeping bag in your camp. But nice utility. Probably wouldn't spring for it. And also this conduit on the outside, as far as I can tell, you can't even attach a wire to it. I've tried. It's kind of just like more aesthetic. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't think I am. I'm pretty experienced with prefabs. We'll even go into like camp mode here. And so you don't even get like an attached wire option like you'd normally do with prefabs. It's just kind of there and everything. So the last two prefabs we're going to talk about in this video are going to be the candle house, which I really, really love. And then this is the butcher shop, which I had reservations on until I actually started playing with this. We'll start with the butcher shop here. The butcher shop does not come with a custom door, but this is my current workshop prefab because it has just a whole lot of space and no real crazy gimmicky stuff on the inside. You can place stuff in the windows. It doesn't clip through, so normally have like tea, coffee, cookies sitting in one of these, and then I can put parmesan or the honey, the beehive in the other, or you can actually also fit the water boiler in here quite nicely as well. And then plenty of space to put all the generators you want in here with a workbench. I actually like putting my workbench right here in this alcove. Usually put just a weapons one in here. Sometimes if I'm doing workshops that generate ore, I'll throw a chem station in here just so I can kind of smelt it as I go. But I'm actually really liking this one. And it has a conduit on the outside that does work. So as you see, when you highlight the prefab, it does give you the attached wire option. It is out here. So you can actually throw one of your small utility generators or any of your generators in the back or on the side. And also I've been able to get wires from like the weenie wagon or the motorized butter churn to actually attach to the wall here. And what I'll do is at the end of this video, I'll take you to my current public vendor camp where this is set up, so you can kind of see it kind of fully kind of specced out and everything. And then probably my most favorite prefab recently has been the candle house here. It is very rustic looking. If you set it up with like the Skyline Valley weather changer in like the mire or something, you can make some really creepy aesthetic here. And it does have a custom door and a pretty spacious porch. Your porch is big enough to fit a vendor and be able to walk around it, or a cooking station, or whatever the case may be. And then I usually put like a deep well right here, along with my sap collector and all that stuff on the outside. But you can also get the sap collector tree to actually place on the inside of this building. Same with the butcher house. You can actually get the trees to actually clip on the inside, so it's all one unit. But that's just pretty spacious in here. You have a lot of room for decorations up here. If you want to spend several hours finicking with the Foshnot the displays, you can get them all in here. The fireplace you can place stuff in. It doesn't clip through like the hunting lodge. You can fit the several of the utility box generators in here, but I usually throw like a table in here and put the food resource generators on there, the coffee and all that stuff. And also, if you're using shelters, the shelter doors actually fit on these walls here between the fireplace and everything. I don't have any of the ones I'm talking about. I think I have one. Yeah, this one. We see right here, this shelter will fit perfectly right there on the wall, kind of out of the way, kind of low profile if you are one of those that uses prefab on the outside and then crafting and all that stuff on the inside, which I do on my camp. I put all resources outside that are unlocked, that are free for anybody to take, and then I'll have basically a shelter that has crafting and display and just stuff that I like to set up and not kind of permanently or keep having to like redo. But in terms of space in here, you have a lot of it. I have almost all of the research generators that I can get right now. I think I'm only missing a few, like the morbid well and stuff like that, but I'm able to cram it all in here, with the exception of some of the bigger stuff like the cement truck. The only prefab that I've been able to get the cement truck to fit on is the Charleston Firehouse on the roof, which takes some work, but I really do like this house. Between this one and the butcher house, these are my go-to prefabs. I would say if you had to pick between one or the other, I do think the butcher house is probably a little bit better, just because it has these windows that you can kind of shove stuff in, and this place right here, and it's just a little bit more solid, as it were. But that's pretty much all the ones that I've gotten since the last video. Hope you guys, this one also does has a conduit on the back as well. Forgot to mention that right there. Clipping the wires to the walls on this one is not as easy as, like, say, the butcher house. I've had to when I've had stuff on the front, like weenie wagon, if I put the weenie wagon and butter churn out here, I do run power connectors all the way up to the arc here, which is nice because when you're kind of off and away from the building, you can't really see the connections. I'll run them directly up and then around over here and then down through the back. And then like I usually put my weather changer kind of up here in the chimney and everything. But that's pretty much it for the prefabs. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.